If you've ever dreamed of something bigger, something beyond your current reality, you've probably faced moments of doubt, frustration, or fear. Achieving your dreams is not an easy journey. It's filled with challenges, setbacks, and tough times. But here's the truth. Every successful person has faced those same struggles. The difference is, they didn't give up. They learned how to push through, stay disciplined, and keep moving forward no matter what. In this video, we're going to reveal the real secrets to achieving your dreams. It's not about magic or luck. It's about the mindset, habits, and actions that will get you from where you are to where you want to be. Whether you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, by the end of this video, you'll have the tools and motivation to take action and start making progress toward your goals. Stay tuned. It's time to turn your dreams into reality. Number 1, set clear goals and commit to daily action. Success isn't about luck. It isn't about talent. It's about making a decision right now that you will no longer settle for anything less than the life you truly want. You don't just dream about it. You make it non-negotiable. You set clear goals and commit to daily action, because that is the secret formula that turns ideas into reality. The difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck is simple. Successful people don't wait. They don't hesitate. They take action every single day, no matter what. It's easy to sit back and imagine a better life. Everyone does that. But the real question is, what are you doing about it? How many days, months, or even years have passed where you've told yourself you'll start tomorrow? You'll chase that goal next week. You'll get serious when the time is right. The harsh truth is, there is no perfect time. There's only now. Right now is the moment you decide to take control, to stop making excuses, and to start building the life you've always wanted. Setting a goal isn't enough. A goal without a plan is just a wish. And wishes don't change your life. Actions do. You need to get specific. Saying, I want to be successful means nothing. What does success actually look like for you? Is it financial freedom? Is it building a business? Is it becoming the best in your field? You need clarity. The more detailed your goal is, the more powerful it becomes. Instead of saying, I want to make more money, decide exactly how much you want to earn. Instead of saying, I want to be in shape, decide exactly what fitness level you want to achieve. When your goal is crystal clear, your mind starts to work in ways you never imagined. You start to see opportunities. You start to attract the right people, the right ideas, the right path. But none of that happens if your goal is vague. Once you have a clear goal, commitment is everything. This is where most people fail. They get excited in the beginning, but when things get hard, they slow down. They stop showing up consistently. That's why you need to make a decision that you will follow through. No matter what. No excuses. No waiting for motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline, that's what separates the winners from the ones who never make it. You have to take action every single day. And I mean every single day. The reason so many people stay stuck is because they only take action when they feel like it. That's why they never build momentum. That's why they never see real results. You have to move forward, even when you're tired, even when it's inconvenient, even when nobody is watching. The people who achieve the impossible are the ones who show up every day, whether they feel like it or not. Think about it like this. Every action you take is either bringing you closer to your goal or pushing you further away. There is no standing still. You're either getting better or getting worse. So the question is, what are you doing today? Are you taking steps forward, or are you letting another day slip by with excuses? Success is built on daily action. Small steps compound over time, and before you know it, you're living the life you once only dreamed about. But let's be real. There will be days when you don't feel like doing anything. Days when you feel stuck. Days when you feel like giving up. That's when you have to remember why you started. Your vision has to be bigger than your excuses. The moment you commit to daily action, no matter what, your entire life changes. You can either be the person who looks back years from now and wishes they had started sooner, or you can be the person who took control and made it happen. The choice is yours. But if you're serious about success, if you're serious about changing your life, there is only one option. set clear goals, and take daily action. No more waiting, no more excuses. The time is now. Number 2, embrace challenges and learn from every mistake. The moment you stop fearing failure and start embracing challenges, your entire mindset shifts. You begin to realize that every obstacle, every setback, and every mistake is not a reason to quit, but an opportunity to grow. This is the mindset that separates those who stay stuck from those who achieve greatness. The truth is, success isn't built on perfection. It's built on resilience. It's built on those who fall, get back up, and keep moving forward, no matter how hard it gets. When you understand that mistakes are not the end of the road, but stepping stones to success, you unlock a whole new level of power within yourself. Think about it. The people who make it to the top didn't get there because they avoided failure. They got there because they faced rejection, embarrassment, and failure head on and refused to give up. Every mistake they made taught them something valuable. Every challenge they faced made them stronger. They learned what works, what doesn't, and how to adjust. That's how they leveled up, step by step, while everyone else gave up at the first sign of struggle. Most people avoid challenges because they're afraid of looking stupid or failing in front of others. But the truth is, the people who judge you are the ones who are too scared to chase their own dreams. Their opinions mean nothing. What matters is your growth, your progress, your journey. The moment you stop caring about what others think and start focusing on learning from every mistake, you become unstoppable. Imagine if you shifted your mindset right now. Instead of seeing failure as a sign that you're not good enough, what if you saw it as feedback? What if every mistake was a lesson that brought you one step closer to your goal? When you start thinking this way, fear disappears. You stop overthinking and start taking massive action. You start pushing your limits and stepping out of your comfort zone, knowing that even if you fall, you're still moving forward. It's like this: when you go to the gym, you don't get stronger by lifting light weights that are easy. You build muscle by pushing your body through resistance, through struggle. The same applies to life. You grow through challenges. You become wiser through mistakes. You become more disciplined, more focused, and more resilient with every obstacle you overcome. The problem is, most people quit when things get hard. They let fear of failure stop them. But here's the truth. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. The people you admire, the ones who've built empires, mastered their craft, or transformed their lives, they failed more times than you can imagine. But they never let failure define them. They used it to sharpen their skills, to get smarter, to get tougher. So, the next time you face a challenge or make a mistake, don't run from it. Lean into it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? What's the lesson here that's going to make me better? When you adopt this mindset, you stop seeing failure as something to avoid and start seeing it as fuel for your growth. The people who achieve the impossible are the ones who are willing to look foolish, willing to struggle, willing to face rejection, and keep going no matter what. They understand that greatness is built in the moments when no one is watching. When you're grinding, learning, failing, and getting back up again, that's when true success is created. If you truly want to change your life, you have to embrace the struggle. You have to welcome failure. You have to understand that every setback is setting you up for a bigger comeback. The only way you lose is if you quit. But as long as you keep going, keep learning, and keep improving, success is inevitable. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop avoiding the hard things. Dive in, make mistakes, get rejected, fall, learn, rise, repeat. Because the ones who are willing to endure the pain of growth are the ones who will live a life most people only dream of. And that, my friend, is the mindset that will make you unstoppable. Number 3, surround yourself with positive and driven people. Your environment is everything. If you want to change your life, you have to change who you surround yourself with. Energy is contagious. When you're around positive, driven people who are chasing their dreams, that energy will rub off on you. You start thinking bigger. You start believing in yourself. You start seeing possibilities instead of limitations. But when you're surrounded by negative, toxic people who make excuses and settle for less, that energy pulls you down. It drains your motivation. It kills your ambition. And before you know it, you're stuck in the same cycle, wondering why nothing is changing. The truth is, you become a reflection of the people you spend the most time with. If you're constantly around people who are focused on growth, who are pushing themselves to become better, who are working hard and staying disciplined, that mindset becomes your reality. You naturally start leveling up because you're in an environment that demands it. But if your circle is full of people who complain, who doubt themselves, who avoid responsibility, that energy will slowly poison your mindset. It's impossible to rise when your environment is pulling you down. Look around at the people in your life right now. Are they pushing you to be better? Are they encouraging your growth? Are they inspiring you to chase your goals? Or are they distracting you, holding you back, and feeding your self-doubt? This is a hard truth. But sometimes, the people closest to us are the ones limiting our potential. And it's not because they don't care about us. It's because they're stuck in their own limiting beliefs. They project their fears onto us because they've never dared to chase their own dreams. And if you're not careful, you'll start adopting that same mindset. But here's the good news. You have the power to change your environment. You have the power to choose who you give your time and energy to. When you start surrounding yourself with positive, ambitious people who are focused on growth, everything changes. Your conversations change, your habits change, your mindset shifts. You start seeing new opportunities. You start believing that success is possible for you. You start pushing yourself harder because the people around you are doing the same. This is why successful people are so intentional about their circle. They don't waste time with negative energy. They don't entertain people who make excuses. They surround themselves with winners, with people who are obsessed with growth and self-improvement. And that energy fuels them to keep going, even when things get tough. If you want to change your life, start auditing your circle. Seek out people who are doing what you want to do. People who are building businesses, mastering their craft, staying disciplined, and constantly evolving. Connect with those who have a vision, who are focused, who refuse to settle for mediocrity. And if you can't find those people in your current environment, seek them out online. Join communities, attend events, and consume content that elevates your mindset. Because here's the truth. When you're around people who are winning, you start to believe that winning is normal. You start thinking bigger. You start moving differently. And before you know it, you become the type of person who inspires others to level up too. Cut off the negativity. Protect your energy. Surround yourself with people who make you feel unstoppable. Because your environment is shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. The question is, are you in an environment that's pushing you towards success or pulling you further away from it? The choice is yours. Number 4, take responsibility for your choices and stay focused. Your life is in your hands. Every choice you've made up until this moment has shaped your reality. The moment you fully accept that, everything changes. Because when you stop blaming others, stop making excuses, and stop waiting for the right opportunity, you finally take control. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the creator of your own destiny. That's the mindset that separates those who win from those who stay stuck. Taking responsibility for your choices isn't easy. It means admitting when you've been lazy. It means owning up to your bad habits. It means accepting that you're the one who's been holding yourself back. But the moment you do that, you unlock a new level of power. Because if your choices got you here, that means your choices can take you anywhere you want to go. You can choose to wake up earlier. You can choose to work harder. You can choose to stay disciplined. You can choose to cut off distractions and focus on your goals. But here's where most people mess up. They want the results, but they're not willing to make the sacrifices. They want success, but they're not willing to stay consistent. They want to be disciplined, but they keep blaming their environment, their circumstances, or their past. The truth is, successful people aren't lucky. They're focused. They're intentional. They take full responsibility for their actions and refuse to let excuses control their life. Imagine what would happen if, starting today, you stopped blaming others and started asking yourself, what can I do to change this situation? What if instead of complaining about your job, you focused on building new skills? What if instead of wasting time on social media, you dedicated those hours to learning, creating, and growing? What if instead of blaming your past, You focused on building your future. That's the mindset shift that changes everything. When you take full responsibility for your choices, you stop waiting for motivation. You stop needing approval from others. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You become laser focused on your goals. And that's when you start seeing results. But here's the key. You have to stay focused. Focus is your superpower in a world full of distractions. The people who achieve massive success aren't smarter or more talented. They're simply more focused. While everyone else is distracted by drama, scrolling endlessly, and chasing temporary pleasure, they're locked in. They're working when no one is watching. They're building skills. They're creating opportunities. They're doing the uncomfortable work that most people avoid. Success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things consistently. It's about eliminating distractions and doubling down on what moves you forward. That means cutting off negative influences. That means saying no to things that waste your time. That means protecting your energy and surrounding yourself with people who push you to be better. When you take responsibility for your choices and stay focused, you become unstoppable. You stop living in the past. You stop worrying about what others think. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You just put in the work, day after day, until your results become undeniable. This is your moment. Right now, you can either keep making excuses, or you can take control of your life. You can either stay distracted, or you can stay focused. The choice is yours. But if you truly want to change your life, it starts with owning your actions and staying locked in on your vision. The world doesn't owe you anything. Your dreams won't chase you. It's up to you to make it happen. And the only way to do that is by taking full responsibility and refusing to lose focus. Number 5. Visualize success and believe in your ability. Content to be at the top of YouTube. ChatGPT said, "Success begins in the mind. If you can't see it, you'll never achieve it." The truth is, every great achievement starts with a vision. The world's most successful people didn't wait for proof or evidence that their dreams were possible. They believed in their vision long before anyone else did. That's the secret. You have to see it in your mind, feel it in your heart, and act as if it's already yours before it becomes your reality. When you visualize success, you activate the power of your subconscious mind. Your brain starts working in your favor. You begin to attract the right opportunities, the right people, and the right situations that align with your vision. It's not magic. It's the science of focus and energy. What you focus on expands. If you constantly think about your goals, your mind starts finding ways to make them happen. Your actions align with your vision. Your confidence grows. Your habits improve. And suddenly what once seemed impossible starts becoming your reality. But here's the problem. Most people don't believe in themselves. They've been programmed to think small, to doubt their abilities, to fear failure. They let their past experiences, their environment, and the opinions of others control their mindset. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. Because if you can't believe in your own potential, you'll never take the actions necessary to reach your dreams. So how do you break free from that limiting mindset? You start by reprogramming your mind. Every day you visualize your success. You close your eyes and see yourself living the life you desire. You feel the emotions of victory, of abundance, of confidence. You imagine yourself achieving your goals, crushing your obstacles, and becoming the best version of yourself. When you do this consistently, your mind starts to believe it's possible. Your fear fades, your self-doubt disappears, and your actions become more aligned with success. This is what the most successful athletes, entrepreneurs, and performers do. They don't just train physically. They train mentally. They visualize the win before the game even starts. They see themselves dominating, succeeding, and performing at the highest level. And that mental rehearsal gives them an edge that most people never tap into. But visualization alone isn't enough. You have to back it up with belief and action. You have to speak success into your life. You have to affirm that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are unstoppable. You have to remind yourself every day that your dreams are valid and achievable. Because when you believe in yourself, you start showing up differently. You start taking massive action. You start moving with confidence and purpose. And that's when things start to shift in your favor. It's not about luck. It's about energy. It's about focus. It's about staying locked in on your vision, even when your current reality doesn't reflect it yet. Most people give up when they don't see instant results. But the winners, the ones who truly succeed, are the ones who keep believing, keep visualizing, and keep working until their reality catches up with their vision. So ask yourself right now, what do you really want? What's that dream that keeps you up at night? What's that vision that excites you but also scares you? Whatever it is, start visualizing it. Start seeing it in your mind. Start feeling it as if it's already yours. And then take action. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. Ignore the doubters. Keep pushing. Keep grinding. And keep believing. Because when you truly believe in your ability and refuse to quit, nothing can stop you. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Use it to create the life you deserve. Your future is already waiting for you. The only question is, are you ready to claim it? Number 6, build strong habits and stay consistent every day. Success isn't about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Habits are the foundation of greatness. When you build the right habits and stay consistent, you create momentum that becomes unstoppable. This is the truth that separates those who achieve massive success from those who stay stuck in the same place year after year. It's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about discipline, consistency, and showing up every day, no matter what. Think about this for a moment. Everything you've ever achieved in life came from small actions repeated over time. Whether it's mastering a skill, getting in shape, or building a successful business, it all comes down to daily habits. But here's where most people get it wrong. They get excited for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, but the moment things get hard, they quit. They lose motivation. They fall back into old patterns. And that's why they never see real results. But the winners, the people who dominate in their field, understand that success is built in the small, consistent actions that compound over time. They know that discipline is more powerful than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. It's easy to feel inspired when everything is going right. But what about those days when you feel tired, when you feel frustrated, when no one is watching? That's when habits and discipline take over. That's when you separate yourself from the crowd. When you commit to building strong habits, you eliminate the need for constant willpower. You make success automatic. Waking up early, hitting the gym, working on your craft, staying focused. These become part of who you are, not just something you do when you feel like it. And the crazy part is, once you stay consistent long enough, it becomes effortless. Your mind shifts, your identity shifts. You start seeing yourself as the person who never misses a workout, who grinds every day, who refuses to make excuses. And that's when your results start exploding. But here's the key. You have to start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one habit that aligns with your goals and commit to doing it every day. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier to work on your passion. Maybe it's cutting out junk food and eating clean. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes every night to expand your mind. Whatever it is, start with one thing and master it. Then stack another habit on top of that, and another. Over time, these small wins add up to massive transformation. The truth is, consistency will always beat intensity. Anyone can go hard for a week or a month, but can you stay disciplined for a year, for 5 years, for a decade? That's what separates the greats from everyone else. Kobe Bryant didn't become one of the greatest basketball players by practicing when he felt inspired. He showed up every day, before sunrise, putting in the work that others weren't willing to do. That's the mindset you need to adopt. You're not going to feel like grinding every day. There will be days when your mind tries to convince you to take it easy, to skip the work, to fall back into old habits. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments when you have to push through, stay focused, and remind yourself why you started. Because every time you stay consistent when you don't feel like it, you build mental toughness. You build confidence. You prove to yourself that you're unstoppable. This is your time to lock in, Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop relying on motivation. Start building habits that make success inevitable. Wake up earlier, work harder, stay disciplined, and most importantly, stay consistent every single day. Because when you do that, nothing can stop you. Your results will speak for themselves. The world won't be able to ignore you. And that's when you truly become unstoppable. Number 7. Push past fear and step out of your comfort zone. Fear. It's that invisible force that grips you, holding you back, making your heart race and your thoughts clouded. It's that voice in your head telling you to play it safe, to stay where it's comfortable, to avoid the unknown. But what if I told you that fear is the one thing standing between you and the life you've always dreamed of? What if stepping out of your comfort zone, despite the fear, was the very key to unlocking your potential and achieving the success you've always wanted? It's time to stop letting fear control you and start using it as fuel to push forward. Because on the other side of that fear, there's greatness waiting for you. We've all felt it. That moment when you know you should take action, but something inside of you holds you back. It might be fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. Whatever it is, it's all designed to keep you right where you are, stuck in that comfort zone where nothing changes. But here's the truth. Nothing will ever change if you don't make the choice to move beyond your fear. And that's the hardest part, isn't it? The decision to act in spite of it. Now, imagine for a second what your life would look like if you could conquer that fear. What if you could stop letting it dictate your decisions? What would you do differently? Where would you go? Who would you become? Pushing past fear doesn't mean you won't feel it anymore, but it does mean that you'll start taking action despite it. And with each step you take, that fear starts to lose its power. The more you face it head on, the more you realize that the things you were afraid of are often not as scary as they seemed in your mind. The truth is, growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. It's easy to stay in a place where you feel safe, where everything is predictable and known. But that's not where your potential lies. Your potential is in the uncertainty, in the discomfort, in the moments where you push yourself past what you thought was possible. Every time you choose to take a risk, to step into the unknown, you're expanding your limits. You're becoming someone you never thought you could be. Think about it. Every successful person you admire, whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, or artists, they all had to push through their own fears. They didn't get to where they are by staying comfortable. They got there by taking chances, by making decisions that terrified them, and by embracing the unknown with open arms. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is that willingness to step into the discomfort and take action, even when it scares you. And here's the thing, fear isn't going anywhere. You're always going to feel it when you're about to do something new or challenging. But it's what you do with that fear that matters. You can either let it control you and keep you stuck, or you can use it to fuel your growth. When you push past fear, you gain confidence. You prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. You build resilience, and with each fear you conquer, the next one becomes a little easier. Don't let fear trick you into thinking you're not ready. The truth is, you'll never feel fully ready. No one ever does. Success isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about taking action even when you don't have all the answers. It's about trusting yourself enough to know that you can handle whatever comes your way. So how do you push past fear? It starts with a shift in mindset. Instead of viewing fear as something to avoid, start seeing it as a sign that you're on the right track. When you feel fear, that's your cue that you're growing, that you're challenging yourself in a way that's going to lead to something bigger. Embrace it, welcome it, use it as a signal that you're about to do something amazing. Next, take small steps. You don't have to jump into the deep end all at once. Start by taking small risks that push you just beyond your comfort zone. With each small step, your confidence will grow and fear will start to lose its grip. It's like building a muscle. At first it feels hard, but the more you practice, the easier it gets. Remember, it's not about being fearless. It's about being courageous enough to take action even when fear is present. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to move forward in spite of it. When you push past that initial fear, you unlock a new level of strength within yourself that you never knew existed. It's in those moments of discomfort that you'll find your true potential. And here's the real magic. As you push past fear, you start to see the world differently. You begin to realize that the only limitations that exist are the ones you place on yourself. The fear that once held you back becomes a distant memory, and what remains is a person who is unafraid to take risks, embrace challenges, and chase after dreams with everything they've got. So take that first step. Even if it feels small, even if it feels scary, just take it, because that's all it takes to begin the journey toward a life that's bigger, bolder, and more fulfilling than you ever imagined. You've got everything you need inside of you to succeed. All it takes is the courage to take that leap, to step out of your comfort zone, and to let fear be the catalyst that propels you forward. And once you do, you'll wonder why you ever let it hold you back in the first place. Number 8. Celebrate small wins and keep moving forward. There's an incredible power in acknowledging the small victories in your life. The world often makes us think that success is this big, shiny thing that happens all at once, like a grand moment of achievement that everyone sees. But the truth is, success is built on countless small wins that often go unnoticed. What if I told you that every small step you take, no matter how insignificant it might seem in the moment, is a part of something much bigger? Every time you make progress, you are moving closer to your goals. Those little wins are the building blocks of your dreams. And the more you celebrate them, the more momentum you create to keep pushing forward. Think about the times when you've been able to achieve something, no matter how small it seemed. It could have been getting through a tough day, hitting a small target, or learning something new. Often we don't take the time to appreciate those moments because we're so focused on the end result. But here's the thing. When you ignore those small victories, you're ignoring the very thing that will keep you going. Progress is never a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, but it's the wins, no matter how small, that make the journey worthwhile. Celebrate those small moments, because each of them represents a shift in your mindset, a choice to move forward, and a step away from the person you used to be. And here's the beauty of it. The more you celebrate those wins, the more you encourage yourself to keep going. Your brain craves positive reinforcement, and when you celebrate those little victories, you're telling yourself, I'm doing this, I'm making progress. It's not about waiting for the big moment to feel accomplished. It's about recognizing that every single action you take is a victory in itself. You might be thinking that celebrating small wins is insignificant compared to the larger goal you're chasing, but think again. Every small step is part of a much larger journey. It's the consistency in those small moments that lead to big changes. When you focus only on the big end goal, you risk burning out or feeling discouraged when you don't reach it as quickly as you thought you would. But when you take the time to celebrate the small wins, you create a sustainable rhythm that keeps you motivated and energized for the long haul. It's so easy to get caught up in the grind and think that what you're doing isn't enough, that the progress you're making is too slow. We live in a world where instant gratification is the norm, and it's easy to forget that real success takes time and effort. But the key to staying motivated through that time is celebrating those small wins. Whether it's finishing a task, meeting a minor goal, or simply sticking to your plan for the day, take a moment to acknowledge it. You're not just working toward a big dream. You're building the habits and mindset that will get you there. And here's another thing. Every small win is a confidence booster. The more you acknowledge what you've accomplished, the more belief you start to build in yourself. Over time, those small wins start to add up, and you'll begin to see just how far you've come. You'll realize that the things you once thought were impossible are now within reach. You'll look back at the person you were when you started, and you'll be amazed at how much you've grown. But it doesn't stop there. Celebrating small wins is not just about feeling good in the moment. It's about fueling your journey. It's about creating momentum that carries you forward, even when things get tough. Life isn't always going to be smooth sailing. There will be times when things don't go according to plan, when you hit roadblocks, and when everything feels like it's falling apart. But when you've trained yourself to celebrate the small wins, those moments of doubt don't feel as crushing. You'll have a bank of positive reinforcement to draw from, reminding you that you are capable of overcoming anything. The more you celebrate, the more you reinforce that feeling of success. And the more success you feel, the more success you will create. It's a cycle, a positive feedback loop that keeps growing. So, when you achieve that small win, no matter how minor it seems, take a moment, pause, reflect, smile, and acknowledge that you did something positive. That small win is evidence that you are on the right path, and every win, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating. Think about how different your mindset would be if you celebrated every little thing you accomplished. Instead of focusing on what's left to do or how far you have to go, you would feel a sense of accomplishment every step of the way. You'd be able to appreciate the process, rather than just the end result. This shift in mindset is powerful because it turns your journey into something enjoyable, something that fuels you instead of draining you. So often we feel like we have to keep pushing ourselves harder, faster, and further, forgetting that the path to success is not a sprint. It's a marathon, and it's the small, consistent actions that will get you to the finish line. By celebrating those small wins, you're giving yourself permission to enjoy the ride, to appreciate where you are right now, and to take pride in how far you've come. Don't let the noise of the world convince you that your progress isn't enough. Don't let the pressure to be perfect rob you of the joy of progress. Celebrate every step, every victory, no matter how small, because those small wins are the foundation of your success, and they are what will keep you moving forward. The more you celebrate them, the more you'll realize that success isn't a destination, it's a journey. And the journey is just as important, if not more, than the destination itself. So, as you move forward in your own life, remember that every little win counts. Don't wait for the big moments to feel successful. Instead, celebrate the small wins, keep moving forward, and watch as those small victories build up into something much bigger than you ever imagined. Success is not just about the final result. It's about every step you take along the way, and every small win that gets you one step closer to your dreams. Keep going, keep celebrating, and keep moving forward, because you are closer than you think. Number 9. Seek knowledge and never stop learning and growing. The pursuit of knowledge is one of the most powerful forces that can drive you to achieve everything you've ever dreamed of. Every successful person you admire, every innovator, every trailblazer has one thing in common. They are always learning. Knowledge is the tool that shapes your future, the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And yet so many of us underestimate its importance, or fall into the trap of thinking that what we know is enough. But here's the hard truth. You'll never reach your true potential if you stop growing. If you stop seeking new things to learn. The moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop evolving. The world is constantly changing, evolving, and expanding. New technologies, ideas, and innovations are emerging every single day. The opportunities for growth are limitless, but only if you're open to it. Seeking knowledge isn't just about gaining more facts or skills. It's about broadening your perspective, challenging your current beliefs, and stepping into a space where you can continuously improve. If you want to live a life of success, fulfillment, and impact, you have to adopt the mindset of a lifelong learner. Learning doesn't stop when you finish school. It doesn't stop when you land your first job, hit a certain milestone, or reach a level of success. In fact, that's when it should accelerate. When you stop seeking knowledge, you stop evolving. You become stagnant, stuck in your ways, and resistant to change. And when that happens, everything around you starts to move forward without you. The world will leave you behind if you don't keep up with it. The secret to staying ahead, to staying relevant, is committing to continuous learning. But it's not just about reading books or taking courses. It's about being curious in every part of your life. It's about looking at every situation as an opportunity to learn something new. Whether it's from a conversation with a mentor, a piece of advice from a colleague, or even an unexpected experience. Knowledge is everywhere if you're willing to seek it out. Now you might be thinking, I don't have time to learn all the time, and that's understandable. We all have busy lives, and there's a lot competing for our attention. But the truth is, learning doesn't have to be a massive time commitment. It doesn't require you to spend hours every day studying or taking courses. It's about creating habits that allow you to grow incrementally, one small step at a time. Listen to a podcast while driving, read an article during your lunch break, watch a tutorial in your downtime. Every moment spent learning is a moment spent getting closer to your goals. Whether you're learning something directly related to your career or gaining insight that improves your mindset. The beauty of seeking knowledge is that it doesn't always have to be intentional. You don't have to have a set goal in mind every time you learn something new. Sometimes the best lessons come from unexpected places. Think about all the things you've learned over the years. Some of them came from situations you never expected, from challenges that seemed impossible at the time, or from people you least expected to teach you something valuable. Knowledge comes in many forms, and being open to it means you'll never miss an opportunity to grow. One of the most powerful aspects of seeking knowledge is that it opens up the world to you in ways you never thought possible. As you learn more, you begin to see patterns, connections, and possibilities that others might miss. The more you know, the more you're able to think critically, make informed decisions, and create innovative solutions. It's like adding more tools to your toolbox. Each piece of knowledge is a new tool that equips you to handle different challenges, solve problems, and create success in your life. And the more tools you have, the more equipped you are to face whatever comes your way. But the key here is consistency. Knowledge isn't something you gain in one go and then forget about. It's something that requires constant nurturing. You have to make learning a part of your daily routine. Every successful person, whether they're business leaders, athletes, artists, or thinkers, has one thing in common. They are constantly feeding their minds with new information. They are never satisfied with what they know. They are always striving to know more, to do more, and to be more. And the reason they keep growing is because they understand that growth is a lifelong journey. This is where most people get it wrong. They think that learning stops once they've reached a certain point in their life or career. But the reality is that once you stop learning, you start stagnating. And stagnation is the enemy of progress. To stay on the path of success, you have to be hungry for knowledge. You have to be willing to push yourself outside of your comfort zone and explore new areas of growth. This is where the magic happens. The moment you stop being afraid of the unknown and embrace the learning process, you open up endless possibilities for yourself. The greatest part of seeking knowledge and never stopping is that it doesn't just benefit your career or success. It changes you as a person. The more you learn, the more confident you become in your ability to adapt, problem solve, and navigate through life's challenges. You begin to see opportunities everywhere. Your mindset shifts from one of scarcity to one of abundance. You stop seeing obstacles as barriers and start seeing them as opportunities to learn and grow. This shift in mindset is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, because it allows you to become the kind of person who attracts success and fulfillment. So make it a habit to always seek knowledge, no matter how small or insignificant it might seem. In every book you read, every conversation you have, every experience you go through, there's something to learn. The key is to remain curious, to stay open to new ideas, and to challenge yourself to grow every single day. Because the moment you stop learning, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you stop living up to your full potential. Take that commitment to never stop learning and make it part of who you are. Let it be the driving force that propels you forward, that keeps you hungry for more, and that pushes you toward greatness. The knowledge you seek today will be the foundation of your success tomorrow. And as you continue to grow, you'll realize that the journey of learning is one of the most rewarding, transformative, and exciting experiences you'll ever have. Keep seeking knowledge, keep growing, and watch how far you can go when you commit to becoming the best version of yourself, one lesson at a time.
Number 10. Stay disciplined and persevere through tough times. You don't truly know what you're capable of until you've faced adversity and pushed through it. There's something incredibly powerful that comes from sticking to your goals when everything seems impossible. Life is full of ups and downs, and at times it feels like the weight of the world is pushing against you, trying to knock you down. But it's in those moments of struggle that you have the chance to discover your true strength. Discipline and perseverance aren't just about staying on track when things are going smoothly. They're about finding the courage to keep moving forward when the road gets tough, when doubt creeps in, and when you feel like giving up. The truth is, success isn't just about talent or skill. It's about the grit you show in the face of challenges. It's about showing up day after day, even when the results aren't immediate. It's about being disciplined enough to keep working, even when the world seems to be falling apart around you. The most successful people in the world aren't necessarily the most gifted. They're the ones who decided not to quit,
who decided that no matter how tough things got, they would persevere. They knew that the journey wasn't going to be easy, but they also understood that every challenge, every obstacle was an opportunity to grow stronger. When life gets tough, when things don't go as planned, that's when your true character is tested. It's easy to stay motivated when everything is going right, but it's in the face of struggle that you find out what you're really made of. Discipline isn't just about following a routine or sticking to a schedule. It's about developing the inner strength to keep going when everything inside you tells you to stop. It's about staying committed to your goals no matter how long it takes or how difficult the journey becomes. Every time you push through a tough moment, you're building resilience. You're becoming stronger, and you're one step closer to the success you've always dreamed of. But here's the thing. It's not always going to be easy. There will be days when it feels like you're putting in all the effort, yet you're not seeing the results you want. There will be times when you question whether it's all worth it, when the challenges feel overwhelming, and when the path ahead seems unclear. In those moments, it's crucial to stay disciplined and remember why you started in the first place. The road to success is not a straight line, and there will always be bumps along the way. But it's the people who persevere through those tough times, who stay focused on their vision, and who never lose sight of their goals that eventually achieve the results they've been working so hard for. Perseverance is the fuel that keeps you moving when things get difficult. It's the ability to keep going, even when it feels like you're stuck or when everything seems to be working against you. It's easy to feel discouraged when the finish line seems far away or when the challenges seem too great to overcome. But the key is to stay disciplined, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, no matter how slowly it feels. Success isn't about instant gratification. It's about staying consistent, staying dedicated, and trusting that the hard work you're putting in now will eventually pay off. One of the most powerful tools you can use in tough times is your mindset. When things get tough, your thoughts have the power to either lift you up or drag you down. The way you choose to look at challenges can make all the difference. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, start viewing them as opportunities for growth. Every difficulty you face is a chance to become stronger, smarter, and more resilient. When you shift your mindset, you begin to see the potential in every tough situation, and you start to approach challenges with a sense of determination rather than fear. In the moments when you feel like giving up, remember this: the most successful people aren't the ones who avoided the tough times. They're the ones who embraced them. They understood that perseverance was the key to their growth and success. And just like them, you have that same power within you. You have the ability to keep going, to push past the obstacles, and to come out stronger on the other side. It's easy to look at successful people and think that they have it all figured out, but what you don't see are the countless times they failed, struggled, and faced adversity. What you don't see is how they kept going, how they didn't let the tough times define them, but rather used those experiences to fuel their growth. Staying disciplined doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It's not about getting everything right all the time, or having the perfect plan. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and staying focused on your goals, no matter how hard it gets. When you stay disciplined, you create a routine that keeps you moving forward, even when the world seems to be pushing against you. The consistency you build through discipline will carry you through the toughest times, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're exhausted or frustrated. Staying disciplined means you keep doing the work, because you know that every small effort is bringing you closer to where you want to be. Perseverance is the secret ingredient that separates those who succeed from those who give up. The difference between success and failure isn't about talent or luck, it's about who can endure the hardest times. The person who can keep going when everyone else has quit is the one who will eventually come out on top. So, the next time you face a challenge, remember that perseverance is what will carry you through. It's what will help you keep moving forward, even when the path seems uncertain. It's what will turn your setbacks into comebacks, and your failures into learning experiences. Stay disciplined, stay focused. And when the tough times come, and they will come, don't back down. Push forward. Keep going. Because your breakthrough is just on the other side of that struggle. The hardest times are often the moments right before everything shifts. So trust in yourself, trust in the process. And know that if you stay disciplined and persevere, success will find you. You are capable of more than you think, and with every tough time you push through, you are becoming stronger, smarter, and closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Don't stop now, your future self is waiting on the other side.